top of the top. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I had a crazy night yesterday, so which is why I people go make this video. Play it to what I said yesterday. So, I ain't gonna lie. They say that we in the worst generation of like dating. You know, that like there's just mad promiscuity going around, and I agree, but honestly, like I personally feel that it was way worse when we were young, like in the 80s and 90s. Personally, I feel like the motherfuckers had no cameras, no none. I feel like the only difference is we got cameras, social media, checking locations. Like it's just way hard. Like you gotta really, really be at this point, cheating kind of like a skill, you know. Back then, it wasn't a skill. It was just something you could do and probably get away with for 10. People were having mistresses for 10, 15 years, you know. You can't do that at this day age. You go get caught up eventually. So like I personally think it might be less than what was going on back then. I feel like everybody was fucking everybody back in the day, you know. I mean shit, my pops. I had my mom. I had all the female there. You know my my pops did it. It's just something else. It's not impossible to cheat, but like I said, like you gotta really be a slimy individual. Like if you a motherfucker that's just on some cheating shit, like you go get caught up. Yeah. Also too, like in regards to my night, because last night was just crazy. Like I'm just peeping, like we all trying to fuck the same bitches, you know. So it's like you cannot get mad at anything a bitch do out here. You know, I feel like I said, like I know these are two kind of separate topics, but it's like the same thing. Like these hoes is outside like crazy, and it is a lot of promiscuity going on. So yeah, like your best bet right now is like, as of right now, like you just gotta just do your thing and never ever let a woman get you out your element. You know, if she wanna go fuck around, let her, but just that ain't your bitch. Fuck it. Move on. You know what I mean? It's way better to just stick and move out here. Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. Like you ought to be the nigga hold their ass with. The bitches that have been ran through by everybody. Hell no. Fuck no. Do not be that guy, you know? Only way is like, I think motherfuckers should. When I get a bitch, I want her to be a former slut of some capacity. Like I wanted to have some type of shit outside, cause I see right as I'm getting older, I've met a lot of people in their late 20s, early 30s, kind of living like wild, like they living like 20, 21-year-olds because they was married early in a relationship for like 10 years. It's like, me personally, like I feel like you gotta experience outside to know that it ain't really shit outside, you know? Outside fun for sure, but like, like you gotta live it to feel it. Like I don't know. Like for me, I always like I gotta fuck a certain amount of bitches before I got married or whatever, And I look at it like, nigga, if I'm thinking like that, like I want to try Asian, I want to try that. I'm thinking all this as a youngin'. You thinking all this shit, like you all the different type of shit you want to experience before you lock down forever. Like I want a girl to be able to get that shit out her way too, because I don't want you leaving me when you're 30 just because you feel like you get like you feel like you ain't get to like really live life for yourself and like I don't know. I feel like you just need your era where it's just you, and then we'll catch up. You just can't do too much shit, and it was like can't because certain shit you just can't let slide. Certain shit you ain't gonna ever let slide. Even with certain baggage you should never take as a man, I'm kind of rambling right now, but it's just a whole bunch of shit to be on my mind, I ain't gonna lie. But it all tied into my night last night. Like, I ain't gonna go too into detail, but it's like I said, I'm broke right now, but I'm having my way with some fine shit, just confidence in. I said yesterday I don't got the playbook for motherfucker. I do got some, I ain't gonna lie. All you really gotta do with female, for me, I feel like you just gotta check for the eye contact. When you see a bitch, you just stare at the bitch. I ain't gonna lie, try to make eye contact. Don't be on no creepy shit, but You just gotta try to get the eye contact. The bitch like look you up and down, kind of give you a smirk or something. Like you gonna tell from the vibe of that eye contact. If she kind of just look at you, then just look ahead, probably shouldn't even approach her. If she kind of look at you, give you a little face like this, probably shouldn't even approach her. But if you get a little smile, you know, get a little up and down, a little smile, like go for it. I ain't gonna lie, there's been times I didn't got that, and you go for it, and they still kind of like nah, they just nice, you know, they flirtatious or whatever. But like, you know that's your best bet right there. That's probably the best thing I could probably say to somebody, you know. And I always start my shit with I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, you beautiful. You pretty as a mo. I try not to use beautiful too much because you don't want to say too much. I ain't gonna lie, you pretty as hell. I ain't gonna lie, you got a pretty ass smile. I ain't gonna lie, you look good tonight. I ain't gonna lie, you look good tonight. Excuse me. I ain't want to bother you, but man, you look good tonight. That's how I always started off, like just something like that, and I just go from there. I'm from Vegas too and living in Texas, so it's easy for me. Like, you from out here? When they ask me where I'm from Vegas. Ooh, then boom. I ain't gonna lie, being from Vegas opens a lot of doors for me, you know? And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, just I had a good night last night. It's like I'm trying to I hope these messages ring to at least one person, you know, like you know, like always focus on your purpose, but like through the journey, don't just sit there and be miserable. You know, like I'm right now, I'm in my up and downs for real niggas, you know? I'm in my downs right now, but I'm not finna sit here. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, just make sure you look. Just have that confidence in yourself. Have it in you. You know what I mean? I'm just rambling, but yeah.